Hey, how's it going? I hope everybody or you're doing amazing. This has been a video that I've been wanting to do for a well, not a long time, but um, a while now or whatever. Anyways, I'm super nervous, I'm anxious, I'm freaking out, but I'm doing it. So yeah, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jolene Roberts. I'm a mom to 8-year-old twins. We just moved across the country from California. We moved to Wisconsin. Just moved into our house, slowly getting settled, and just trying to figure out life here and what all it's going to entail and that kind of stuff. So we're slowly settling in, but big changes have happened with me. And I kind of want to explain a little bit what those changes are. And those of you who followed me for a long time know that I was an independent Beachbody coach for the past 3+ years. And I've been a Beachbody customer since 2009. I'm going to go back into a little of the past and kind of explain my journey and my story. So I was actually inpatient in my 20s, early 20s, for anorexia and bulimia. And while I was inpatient, God placed on my heart to help people with their health. I didn't know how to go about it. I looked into it and it was just overwhelming because we were dealing with infertility after we got married. And so it was just something that wasn't in my mind frame at that time, but it kept always popping up. How can I help people? How can I fulfill this passion and this burning desire I have inside of me? And those may understand that feeling. Some of you may not, but I have that passion. I still have that passion. And so fast forward, had the twins. When I was pregnant with them, I gained 90 pounds. Well, technically over. I honestly don't know how much I weighed. And I do know how much I weighed. I don't know exactly how much I gained entirely, but I know it was over 90 pounds, and I want to say might be close to 100. I also was really sick during my pregnancy. I had preeclampsia and ended up on hospital bed rest. But after the twins were born, I was determined not to fall back into old patterns and behaviors of anorexia and bulimia because I had to role model for my kids. And so I kept seeing this infomercial back in 2009, this P90X. What is this? This is like life-changing. And so we purchased the program from the infomercial that we saw on TV, and I started doing it, and I never finished, but I tried. I restarted it 5 times, but I did follow the meal plan. Shakeology was not available back then. I did follow the meal plan. So I ate super clean and super healthy. And within that first year, basically 6 months or 7 months, I lost all the baby weight. Never thought I would get back there again, but I did. And so I was super excited, really happy, and just kind of continued my fitness and running. And then when my husband deployed, let's see, it was 2012, I needed to change. So I switched from running and doing like Turbo Fire on and off and Insanity on and off, never followed program, to intense HIIT workouts. And I started eating more paleo-esque, and my body loved it. I didn't have, I'm going to get TMI, those runner's trots anymore when I ran. I felt amazing. I had energy. I got into the best shape of my life. And when my husband came back from deployment 6 months later, he has never seen me look like that. We had been together for many years. And sorry, he's calling. And so I was super excited and happy, and I continued that lifestyle, and I felt amazing. So we got out of the military, and he kind of freaked out and said, you need to find a job. This was 3.5 years ago. And I was like, well, crap, the kids are going to start kindergarten. I can't work out of the home. Some of you may understand this. I need to do something from home. What can I do? We don't have the money for me to go back to school, to pay for daycare. It's more money for me to work outside the home than it is for me to stay at home, but we still needed extra money because we bought our first house. We moved from Texas to California. He took a 50% pay cut. What are we going to do? I decided, well, maybe my calling is Beachbody coaching. And I had said no for 3 years. Finally, I signed up and I worked my ass off as a Beachbody coach. And I've changed and helped hundreds of women. So don't get me wrong. It has been so fulfilling and so rewarding. And I'm going to look at your comments after. I want to say thank you all for joining me. This is a very hard topic. But I just want to get through it all because I have my notes here. I'm in that focus. I'm going to try not to be too emotional. But I've helped so many women, and it's been glorious to see the changes mentally, physically. But it's really hard. It's really hard to be a wife, to be a mom, to be a Beachbody coach. Some may understand, some may not. Some of you may be feeling this way. For me, I would wake up at 5, work. Some of you may have gotten my 50 million messages. And then I'd get the kids ready for school. Then I'd come back home. I'd work some more. Then I'd do a workout that I wasn't happy about doing because I had to be a product of the product. I was trying to find that workout that just fueled me. And I felt like I couldn't do what I wanted to do because I was wanting to be a product of the product. I was drinking vegan Shakeology, got really sick of the 2 flavors, tropical strawberry and vegan chocolate. And plus 2, adding those grains back into my diet, my body just started to kind of battle itself because I wasn't eating gluten. I wasn't eating grains. And, but I continued to work. The kids would come home from school. I'd get them a snack, take them to swim, dance, whatever. And I'd work while I was there. And then I'd come home. I wouldn't cook dinner because I was too exhausted. And then I'd work some more on my laptop in front of the computer, or I would crash and burn. I did this for the past 3.5 years, and I was working so much. And, you know, it is fulfilling to help people. But I also needed to make money for my family, and it wasn't doing it. There were months where I had some success. Maybe I made, you know, I think once I made $2,000 a month. But it was really hard for me not seeing the success that I wanted, that I saw other coaches have, and to try to get people to join me when I didn't see that. And I tried really hard. And then, you know, last year, I was diagnosed with stage 3 adrenal fatigue. I had estrogen dominance. Those of you know I've had a total hysterectomy almost 4 years ago. I'm in complete surgical menopause. So nutrition, what I put in my body, and all that stuff, I researched the heck out of it because I need to be around for my kids. I'm young. I need to be here for them. And so if I'm not on top of my game, then they're not going to have a good childhood. And my goal is to be the best I can be for them. And so getting my body back on track was my main goal. And that was cutting out certain foods, changing my lifestyle, trying to figure out how to survive with this. I kept crashing every single day. Like, when I mean crash, I mean I hit the wall and I am done. Like, between 1 and 2 o'clock, I would have naps. Like, I am not a napper. And so it was just really hard to be a mom, build a business, deal with this, be a wife. I wasn't any of those. And everything suffered. And so I tried to crawl out of it, and I created my, what was once my hormone reset challenge, and was able to incorporate Beachbody into that. And for me, it was easier to help other women. As I said, my calling's been helping people. And so I've helped quite a few women with my program. and they've seen success. They felt it. They feel better. But I created it basically all on nutrition. And I honestly wasn't drinking Shakeology because of the gluten and the grains. My body doesn't like it. So I cut that out. And the programs, I would do certain things, but I just was never feeling it. And it was really hard for me to continue that. And I've struggled this past year to let go of Beachbody because I didn't want to let anybody down. I had a team, I had customers, and the people above me who mentored me. I appreciate every person in my life during this journey and who has helped me become the person I am today. And I mean, we all have struggles, and I'm so grateful for those struggles because I wouldn't be here right now feeling amazing, feeling spectacular. I wouldn't have created programs. I wouldn't have taken that leap into helping other people, helping women get their lives back on track. And so I'm grateful for that. But I've struggled so hard, and this move, I stepped away from working. I stepped away from messaging anybody. So those of you who are now seeing my messages from over a month ago, it's because I stepped away and I didn't know what to say, and I didn't know what I was wanting to do. And I was going to step away from Beachbody regardless, because I would be, number one, saving more money for the family, and I wouldn't be, I would be here for my kids. I would be a better wife and be able to cook dinners, clean the house, do the laundry, and get our family back together again because it wasn't there. And so I had a lot of thinking. I drove 4 days in the car with the dog across the country, and let me backtrack. While I was researching for my programs, I've created 2 programs. I created the Hormone Reset Challenge. I also created the Metabolic IF Challenge, which is what I've been doing now. The Hormone Reset kind of resets your hormones, your body, and you don't have to have hormone issues. You just need to be on a struggle bus with life. And that program I created is to help get your nutrition on track, because when your gut is healthy and happy, the rest of you falls into place and it becomes healthy and happier. And then from there, I've been dabbling in certain types of lifestyle, and I've been intermittent fasting. I've been getting back into my paleo type diet. I've tried ketogenic diet. That does not work for me. It may work for you, but for my body, it doesn't really respond well to that high fat. I've dabbled in it for a few months. So this past year and a bit has been trying to figure it out for other people, for myself, what works, what doesn't. And so I, as you know me, those who know me really well, I try and test anything that is natural. I am all natural. I'm on bioidentical hormones because of last year when I had that crash. And so, I mean, when you have some kind of health scare, your priorities change in life. And so a natural, more holistic approach is my goal. And so ketones is something I've researched months and months and months ago. And I purchased some online, did my research, found some, and did them, but didn't do them all the time because I was still trying to figure things out. Well, a few months ago, I found out that a whole slew of women also left the company for another company. And we're talking about this energy and this focus. And I kept watching them, and I was Googling and doing my research because I've done the ketones before, just for the energy, for the enhancement of my workouts, just feeling that fuel, just feeling better. And they kept popping in. And so over this move, these 4 days of me traveling, I researched. In fact, I had to change our data plan because I was watching too many YouTube videos and Googling so much. But I decided, okay, so I'm going to try this for 10 days and then make a decision. Because regardless, I was leaving Beachbody. And it's not, I'm not ragging on Beachbody. It's just the timing anymore. I just couldn't do it. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for our family. And I'm okay with that. And I was okay with that decision. So I tried this 10 days of these ketones, and it changed me. I feel like the Jolene I was 3 years ago before I joined Beachbody. I feel that energy again. I have, and those of you who have hormone issues, thyroid issues, adrenal issues in menopause, have had a hysterectomy, know that your energy levels go down. You sleep like shit. I'm sorry if there's kids around, but you sleep like crap. It feels like you're in this eternal brain fog, and like you can't really focus. So you start one task and then you're like, oh wait, I need to do that. And then you go to the next task and then you're like, oh crap, well I didn't finish this, so I need to go over here. And then you just feel like scattered brained. And so, and my workouts, I tried, I mean, obviously I wasn't loving my workouts, but even when I did a workout, I would crash and burn for days after. Like I would go for a 2 to 3 mile run and I couldn't even function for 2 to 3 days. So before I started this brand of ketones, I decided, okay, well, I have these extra ketones that I've been doing. Before I move into the house, I'm just going to use these. Well, I started using those old ketones, and let me tell you, they're not as good. And I'm not even going to say the brand of them because they're not good. But they were good enough that they got me into like, oh, well, I need to try something better. A product that is more natural, not as, chemical based. I mean, everything that's made is chemical based, unless it's grown from the ground or whatever. But I felt better. I could do those hotel workouts and I didn't crash the next day. I was sleeping throughout the night, slowly getting back on track. My anxiety decreased again because, of course, high stress, you're anxious. So then we moved into the house. The kids came into town, we moved in the house, and I stopped all that together. And And my, hotel living for a month, your nutrition's off track, or for a few weeks, your nutrition's off track. So finally move into the house. We get in here, and I freaked out. My anxiety was at an all-time high. The kids are here. I don't know left from right. I had no energy to even unpack a box. I wanted to cry all the time. And those of you who've moved, I know those of you military friends, I know you know what I'm talking about. Moving is really hard the older you get. I moved a lot when I was a kid, and so I try not to cry. And so as a kid, you're forced to meet people when you go to school and you're in activities. For me, I'm such an introvert that I don't put myself out there. So when we moved to California, I didn't put myself out there to meet people. I met the women and moms at school, but I would just talk to them every now and then finally built a relationship over the 3 years that the kids were in school. And they're amazing, but I am so introverted. I don't put myself out there. So when we move, and I can't cry because I just got my eyelashes done. Okay. So when we move, I don't put myself out there, number one, because I know we're moving again. And number two, I just don't want to. And so I was really sad and depressed. And Micah said, what is going on? You are so depressed. Like, I can't even believe why. I was like, we just moved across the country. I have nobody here. Life sucks. Like, this sucks again and again. Like, how many times do we have to do this? And so I was like, fine. My shipment finally arrived to ketones. I took them for a few days. I was still feeling blah, but then finally day 4 kicked in, and it was like, I felt like life breathed into me, not only because, number one, the group of women in that group gave me life. They're so supportive. They're more supportive than anything I've ever been in. They are so encouraging. It's so inspiring. And I tried day 5, I decided to sign on as an independent prover, I guess, because this product literally has changed my life. My workouts the past 3 weeks are so intense, I don't crash after for days. I can do an intense workout for 30 to 60 minutes. Hold on, my husband's home. Close the door. I can do a workout for 30 to 60 minutes, the best workout I've done in over 3 years, and do it again tomorrow. I can go for a run and not crash anymore. I am unpacking boxes. I'm making dinner. Our second week in the house was the first week on doing the ketones. I cooked dinner 5 times. I did not cook dinner 5 times the whole time we were in California in 1 week. And so to me, it's changed my life. And I felt so amazing. And I'm sleeping without Ambien. I started taking Ambien again during this move because I was stressed and my body was starting to go like this again. And I knew that I was falling back in that pattern and I needed something to get me out. And so it's helping me sleep throughout the night. It's giving me, as I said, that energy, that consistent, constant energy. And it's not like jittery, you're on like a super high energy drink or you know how some pre-workouts like make you all tingly and like freak out and you're like bouncing off the walls. It's not like that. It's like a happy, steady energy that is just consistent. And you feel like, oh, it's 5 o'clock and I haven't crashed yet. And I could still do a load of laundry, or maybe now I have energy to cook dinner, or, that kind of stuff. And as I said, my workouts are intense again. And for me, yeah, I've gained 20 pounds since I joined Beachbody. And that's okay because I did have that hormone imbalance and I'm figuring it out, and I figured it out. But I stepped on the scale today and I'm 6 pounds down. And not that weight loss is a key of mine, because you look at me, you're like, oh, she doesn't need to lose weight. But I have a whole bunch of clothes that I want to fit back into. But it's another benefit, I guess, of the product. And even when I get to that point of I don't want to lose any more weight, I don't have to. It's not for weight loss. For me, it's living life again. I am and anxiety. My anxiety is like decreased. And so I joined because not only is the product amazing and has changed my life, and I feel like the Jolene I was 3.5 years ago when I was cooking dinner all the time and I was a good mom and a good wife and cleaning the house and doing laundry, and I feel like that Jolene again. And that's what I've desired for the past 3+ years. And that's all I want for any of you. And, if something keeps popping up and keeps being placed onto your heart and into your soul, that is God putting it into you and calling you in that direction. And as I said, leaving has been super hard because I don't like to disappoint people. I don't like to create waves. I don't want to be that person. But I had to, because number 1, I have a family. Number 2, I have a life that I need to live the best life that I can. And I'm doing that. And it's only been a short amount of time. And I know that those of you who've tried this, your life, or are about to try it, your life will be changed. And I'm super excited for this journey, for this opportunity, and to help my family financially for once. I've tried really hard and it hasn't worked, but everything I've researched about this company has a better way to financially reward those who help others. And if you are ever curious and want more details, please let me know. I'd love to talk with you, send you a video, put you on a call, see if this is something for you. But for me, it's been the best thing that I've ever done. So I appreciate all the support from everybody. Those of you who have supported me through my journey in the past and into now. Your kindness, your prayers, your generosity have meant so much to me in making this really hard decision. And I'm not allowed to cry, but I'm just so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you from deep down in my soul. I don't even know how to leave this video, but just that is it. And thank you all for the comments. I'm kind of seeing, I was trying not to get distracted by them because I wanted to stay on task and I didn't want this video to be too long. But Tara, I'm super excited. Your life is gonna be changed. And anybody else who would love to try it, I have a few 10-day experiences left. Message me. I'm mailing them out as soon as I receive them, hopefully tomorrow. But let me know if you're curious. I'd love to talk to you. If not, thank you. I appreciate every one of you and your support and all that stuff. So have a great night. Bye, guys.